guys, it's your girl Natalie, the one true diamond. I am coming at you guys with a vlog, chat, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to just talk a little bit about blessings and not recognizing blessings. Now, I had talked about this in some previous videos, but of course, like I have told you in my last video, they weren't being downloaded because I could not download. It kept saying error in downloading. But talking about when God decides to bless you, and sometimes you don't even realize that it is a blessing. You know, sometimes you just don't know when your blessing is there. So that's why we should be thankful in whatever situation. Like, I'm reminded of the verse in the Bible where Apostle Paul is talking about he learned, and basically what he was saying is that he learned to be happy in whatever situation he was in, whether he was up, whether he was down, whether he was sometimes turned all around. Okay, I'm paraphrasing that. The Bible does not say that. Okay, don't nobody come and say the Bible does not say that. Apostle Paul, he did not say that. This is Miss Natalie's interpretation of what he's saying, that no matter what was going on in his life, he learned to be grateful and thankful. He learned to accept whatever situation he is in or whatever is brought before him. He learned to be just say, God, I thank you, because sometimes everything that seems bad is not bad. Sometimes God is trying to take you somewhere and you don't even realize that he's trying to take you somewhere, and it feels like things are being taken from you. Or it feels like, man, I keep going through this and this and this and this and this. It's because God is trying to get you to learn something in that situation. And if you feel yourself like, man, I just keep going through the same situation, the same thing keeps happening, why does this always happen to me? Think, okay? Think. God, is it something that you're trying to teach me that I have not learned in this situation? And I used to be like that. I used to go through the same thing over and over and over. And I'd be like, why does this always happen to me? Why have I done that was so bad that this had to happen to me? Okay? Why? I was just so full of whys. And then one day I realized God was trying to take me through something so that I could learn what it was he wanted me to learn out of that situation. And as soon as I learned it, I guarantee you, I didn't have to go through that situation again. Did I go through another situation? Yep. Do I still go through trials? Yep. And so many times, and just like I just went through a test, and granted, I didn't pass. Okay. I didn't pass. And God showed me why I didn't pass. He showed me why he did what he did at the moment. Okay? And let me tell y'all why. Y'all know I have been like candid and open on my channel about different things in my life. And I have told you guys who've been following me for a while, y'all know that I have a son who is incarcerated. Okay? These were things that, bad choices, bad decisions that he decided to make. It's not that, how some people are, oh yeah, they don't need to be in there, they were innocent. He made some bad choices. He wanted some fast money, and hopefully he has learned that fast money ain't worth it. Okay? It's just not worth it. So anyway, he's incarcerated. And he was at a prison in South Carolina, and he was there for like a year or so, maybe a year and a half. He was there, and then they transferred him closer to me, like 2 hours. He wasn't in South Carolina, he was on the border of South Carolina. He was oh God, it was so close to South Carolina you could kind of step your foot across there and you were there. Okay? good grief, I can't even think what the name of it was now. Anyway, they moved him to another prison that was 2 hours away, and I'm like, yes, he's 2 hours away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So 2 hours were better than me driving 4 hours. You understand what I'm saying? So I was happy. And then 2 weeks ago, well, 3 weeks now, I got a call from him that they had moved him up into the mountains, and my heart just dropped. It just dropped, like literally dropped, because for one, the mountains is even further away than where he is now. Another thing, I've heard so many things about the prisons in the mountains, of how those correctional officers are. They are very racist. They do not play. And this has come from someone who had been there. They said that they used to have a lot of mouth. They didn't mind talking back, and those officers broke him. He was like, they broke me. And I have never forgotten that story about the prison, the officers that are at the prison in the mountains. He said he didn't go into details of what they done to him, but he said they broke him. He humbled himself. So I'm like, Lord have mercy. Sometimes my boy got some mouth with him. Sometimes he got some attitude, and then somebody's probably saying maybe he needs to be broken. Yeah, I want him to be broken of that, but I want God to do it in a godly way. Okay? I don't want it to be out of racism or hate, and with all the hate that's going on in America with the blacks, and, right now, all the racial injustice, I'm going to say, that's going on. I just feel like if somebody did do something to him, who am I going to fight? How am I going to have a leg to stand on? Because right now it seems like me and him as an African American, that we never win. And especially with him being in prison, they already feel like they are worthless, useless, menace to society. They already feel that about them. And some people are not bad people. Some people make bad choices. Yeah, there are some serial killers out there. There are people child molesters that should be there. And I'm not saying my son shouldn't have been there, because yes, he was selling illegal drugs. Okay, I get that. You get punished for doing that. And when you don't listen, when mama's trying to tell you something, you think you're grown enough that sometimes God will give you things to stop you in your tracks, okay? But we're not talking about his thing, okay? Or what God's trying to teach him, okay? We're talking about what he taught me, okay? So let me get back to my story. Sometimes I feel like I got to explain myself, okay? So, anyway, so I was like, okay, well, it is what it is. I can't change it. I can't move him. I can't get him out. I cannot touch him. He's no longer my son, but he is now property of the state, and they can do whatever they want to with him. So I was okay, and I'm sitting at the desk one night, and all of a sudden I hear on the TV that there was a prison break, and that the prisoners had attempted escape, and that the prisoners had set a fire in the prison. 2 officers were dead, and I think they said 3 more injured there. And they said Pasco Tank Correction. I'm like, oh my God. I just immediately was like, thank God. That is the prison that they moved my son from. Can you imagine? Oh my God, I can't imagine. And I have a friend that I know whose son is there, so I immediately messaged her and asked her, has she heard from her son? Was he okay? And she said that she hadn't heard from him. They were on lockdown. I just told her we'll be praying for him, and I let her know that my son had moved from there like 2 weeks prior to this happening. And then I began to see God I question you why you moved this boy so far away. But you never know. They could have said he was involved. He could have got hurt in the situation, because some inmates did get hurt, I think. He could have got hurt in the situation. Can you imagine the treatment they're going to get now that all this have went down, and then they've killed 2 officers and injured some more? It is, oh my God. And the thing about it is, I don't remember the lady officer who, well, she was a manager of something. I don't remember her. But that boy, I call him a boy because he was young. I remember him. I remember him when I went to sign in and check in one day. He was there one day. I remember his face, and he was very sweet. And man, you know, and my heart goes out to their families, because I was like, how in God's creation, you know, I mean, and y'all, unless there was somebody helping them do it, let me tell y'all something. That prison is in the middle of nowhere. It's like out in a big field, and you got to drive like maybe a mile and a half up the street. They're shopping, because I love to just go there shopping. Now, I'm disappointed about that. That I'm getting my good shopping spot is gone. I can't go shopping. I just did a video about debt freedom. No. So anyway, that was one of the highlights of my trip, was that I could shop there. But it was like, where in God's creation did they think they're going to get away from? Did they not? They don't respect life any longer, you know. But that's not even my topic for today. Is counting your blessings. My blessings was that I could not even see that God was moving him, foreseeing this incident, and just was moving him. I know somebody say, well, why did God foresee it in one people? I know some things are just going to happen. We have a measure of time on our life, and when that time is gone, it's gone. You know, there's nothing that can keep you here longer when it is your time. And I just believe that we are all given a measure of time to be here. And I know sometimes we say people are gone too soon, they died too soon, but I just believe that that is your lifespan. That's what you were meant to be here for, that time. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's just my belief, you know, that we all have a due time of being here on this earth. Some are shorter, some are longer. And anyway, I just feel like it was a blessing that he is there, that he was moved, that he was not in that situation. Because you just never know. You just never know. So I said all that to say this, that sometimes don't look at something as you perceive as negative all the time. Sometimes it's just a blessing in disguise. Okay? Anyway, I'm off here for now. I will talk with you guys later in my next video. Y'all have a wonderfully blessed day, and I'll see you later. Bye.